Hello there, it's Paul here and welcome along everyone. Now yesterday I went to my local wood store down in Penrith, picked up a few planks. I also then picked up a couple of 3 little pen blanks. There's a couple of olive wood ones which will come up in a future project. And I've also bought this one. Well, in actual fact my daughter picked it out, so she'll be turning this one I suspect. And it's called Chacate, C-H-A-C-A-T-E. Never ever heard of it before. Did a bit of a search and I believe it's a fairly sort of precious, certainly in its location, South African hardwood. It'd be interesting to hear if anybody's ever heard of that. Now while I was also there I spotted this lovely Black Walnut Blank, and the reason I like this is it's two-tone in its colour. There's a darker patch running at an angle across here, so it just comes out on the edge here and it goes up probably about 3/4 of the way up on this side. So I'm mounting this onto a faceplate just for speed really, and I'm going to turn the bottom of the bowl. I'm going to just do an ordinary probably curved base, put a mortice in there and do my usual bits on there. Now the reason I've chosen it this way is because I really like this dark patch. It really is nice, and the reason I've chosen that is because it's fairly thin on this side. I'm hoping that when I turn this around here, that because it does go over across an angle, at least when I get in a bit, it's going to be a little bit thicker up the side of the wall. Whereas if I turn it the other way, because this is literally within about 2 or 3 mil from the edge, I may even have a patch where it's not even shown on this side of the bowl. So I'm just going to true this up as I go along and do the curve all in one go. It's a little bit out of balance. So I will get this sanded up now and then come back. So far I've done a mixture of power sanding and hand sanding here, and I've just took it up to 320 so far. And before I go any further, because I want to sand the bottom as I normally do before I put any sanding sealer on, I'm also going to do a bit of texturing on the bottom there as well. Now I've not done much of this, I've only really done it on one piece before, so it's still quite a learning process. Yeah, quite pleased with that. So I'll just put a couple of detail lines in, just using the end of the skew. And it just about gives me enough room to sign around the edge there. Now I've done my usual signature and date and the wood type on the bottom. So I'm just going to give this a coat of sanding sealer and then Yorkshire Grit, and hopefully now we'll see the wood come to life. We'll get some Woodwax 22 on and some microcrystalline wax. Now just leave that a few minutes, give that a second coat, and then the microcrystalline wax. Now that's had 2 coats of Woodwax 22 and a coat of microcrystalline wax. I'm going to leave that for about an hour or so now while I'm going to have lunch, because it will then allow the microcrystalline wax to set properly. Now this has been left about an hour, so the polish has mostly set. Could ideally do with longer, and I've just reversed it around on the chuck, took the faceplate off, and it's ready just to do a straightforward hollowing out on the inside. Right, I just need to sand that up and apply the same finish as I did for the back. Black Walnut Bowl, first time I ever turned it, and it's turned absolutely brilliantly. No problems whatsoever, nice and quick job. The only hanging around was just waiting for the microcrystalline wax to go off, just to give it time to set, otherwise it does sort of smear and everything. Now hopefully you can see why I picked up the piece of wood. I absolutely love the dark and light patches in there, and I've certainly turned it the right way, because I think had I turned it the opposite way around, I would have probably lost literally all this dark patch. Now I've done a bit of texture on the bottom, done my usual signature. The mortise on the bottom is only about 2 to 3 mil thick, so it is really shallow, and also it's a really small foot on the edge as well. Now I do like the shape, it's nice and simple, nice thick walls, and I just think it suits it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next project video.